Welcome back to Ruth Leedy Field, the start of Game 2 of our doubleheader between the Wheaton Thunder and the Blackburn Beavers alongside Stephanie Keisha, Maiden Kong. And Stephanie, what a pretty crazy first game. No doubt that both of these teams can put up runs.
Yes, that's for sure. And both teams were wreaking havoc on the base paths with multiple stolen bases, but then also a couple of errors, I would say base running errors in my mind. So I'm looking forward to this game. I would expect it to be high scoring again.
Blackburn recorded 11 hits, Wheaton 10. Of course, probably the difference in that first game was the fact that you had Abby Whitehead as well as Mia Reinhard recording homers in crucial moments of the game.
Yeah, no, I would agree. I think that was all the game difference because I think these teams are pretty well evenly matched.
It is some great weather right here. Last time I checked, it was about 70 degrees. It is currently 72 degrees, sunny weather. The wind blowing at about 12 miles per hour. It looks like in the northeast, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just currently checking the weather app. Yep, 12 miles in the northeast. Gusts about 23 miles per hour. But game 2 about to get going. Wheaton looking to get the sweep over the Beavers. It'll be Dylan Watson on the mound, who had a pretty impressive game in game 1. She ultimately was credited for the win, and now she's looking to continue that momentum here into game 2.
Yes, for sure. And as mentioned last broadcast, Watson is coming in playing really strong softball, pitching very, very well.
Alexis Weber will be leading off for the Beavers. She chops that one foul. It's a 1-1 count. But officially, Dylan Watson was credited for the win. Shelby Koenig, who pitched the entire game in nearly 120 pitches, got the loss. She goes down to 3-4. Watson picks up her third win. She's officially 3-2. That one outside for ball 2.
Yeah, a brief note about that win. I am looking out towards the American flag, and it is waving. That is about left center field. So if a player can get ball hit in that direction, I think the wind might be able to carry that out, and we might see some home runs the second game.
Off the 2-1 count, lined up to the shortstop. And can Weber get there? She will. I think they're probably going to get an E6 if I'm not mistaken on that play. As Harnett had some trouble juggling the ball a little bit.
Yeah, but she stuck with it.
Indeed, they will rule it a fielding error. So now Caitlin Krupp is up to bat. Can the play be made at second? Cannot, so both runners are safe. 2 on, no outs.
Yeah, Ava Harnett getting tested early, but still really good job of stopping that ball. And unfortunately, Weber's just quite fast, and she had a great break off of that pitch, and both runners are safe.
Kennedy Fry will now enter the game for the Beavers. 1 of 3 with an RBI in game 1. Lets that one go for strike 1 for Dylan Watson, pitching 3 innings, allowing 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 strikeouts. Got it when it mattered most for the Thunder to pull away with that game 1 win. Watson swings and misses for strike 2. No one trying to steal. It's an 0-2 count.
Yeah, and Fry has not looked like she was fooled by any pitches in that first game, and so to get swung out a pretty high ball outside of the strike zone, that's pretty impressive.
Okay, this is the SLIAC Player of the Year from a season ago after hitting .457, which led the SLIAC. That one chopped fouled.
She likes those high fastballs, that's for sure.
A 2-time first-team All-SLIAC is Kennedy Fry. And last year, as we said in Game 1, she led the team in hitting percentage, slugging, and on-base percentage. This season, slugging .755. Last year, she slugged .819. That one deep into center field, and the catch cannot be made. One runner is going to come and score. Here comes a second. And caught a bit in a pickle right now. Surprised she's not going back to first base. And now here comes another runner indeed. And so 2 runners are going to score. A breakdown right there is Alexis Weber, the second runner in for Blackburn. Honestly, I thought both teams were slightly confused on what was going on in that possession.
Yeah. Yeah, there was really, they got the runner between second and third. She was just kind of stagnant standing there, but no one ran her down to put her into a pickle, and everyone just kind of froze. Yeah, that was not great by Wheaton. I think they should have just given the ball back to Watson and just let that first run score.
So Zoe Mitchell now on for Blackburn. Mitchell 2 for 4 and 2 RBIs and a strikeout in game 1. Favorable 2-0 count with 2 base runners on second and third and nobody out. Check swing, I think they're in call strike. Kennedy Fry currently on second base. And then Caitlin Krupp on third. As we get ourselves a 2-2 count.
Watson's in a bit of trouble early, but she did come in with runners on last game and no outs and managed to get 3 outs in successive order. So Wheaton will hope that she can do the same here.
Once again, swings and misses and a foul ball. Blackburn with that loss now officially 8-7. Wheaton has won their last 3 games, 6-5, looking to get the sweep just like they did against Eureka on Friday for their game against Maranatha Baptist, which will occur on Monday. That's low in a full count at 3-2. Mitchell at the plate playing in her 7th game. And that's going to be a ball, and the bases are officially loaded. And still nobody's out.
Hillier wants to call time and just talk it out with Watson, which I think is a fair point because, yeah, they're in a bit of trouble now with no outs.
So Wheaton last year, 18-22, 5-11 out of the CCIW. Even though they lost to Milliken in the CCIW tournament, technically their first time appearing in the CCIW tournament since 2021. That's something that Coach Fazaria and her squad can build upon going into the season.
Yes, for sure. And it does look like they're starting to hit a bit more of their stride. They got off to a bit of a rockier start. But as we mentioned before, we are still very early in Wheaton season. So I expect to hopefully see some really, really good games coming up.
Wheaton, last time they had a winning record going, you have to go back all the way to 2016 when they went 32-14. It's also the last time Wheaton made the NCAA tournament, their only NCAA tournament appearance. Gibson lets that one go. Steal for second, and it's going to be out. Meanwhile, you also have Caitlin Krupp taking advantage of the chaos. She will score herself. It's 2-0 Blackburn. Gibson into left field, and that's going to be caught. Rather shallow left field, and that will quickly end things. Blackburn gets on the board early, just like they did in Game 1. 2-0, they lead.
Was down, but now I'm up. Yeah. This all got this ain't no lie. Yeah. I used to be stuck in that.
Ava Harnett will lead things off for the Thunder in the bottom of the first. Michelle Holon is going to be the starting pitcher this afternoon for Blackburn after Shelby Koenig played the entire first game. First two are balls. Holon, the senior out of Illinois, got some playing time against Monmouth when she went 5-2 innings. Allowed 11 earned runs in that contest. Officially 0-1 this season as they gave her the loss against Lawrence. 5-1 innings played, 5 earned runs and 2 strikeouts against Lawrence. Off the 2-1 count, swing and a miss for strike 2. Low contact, and the play is made at first base. Zoe Mitra able to make the catch. 4-3 out. Nori Kong now up to bat for Wheaton. Was able to draw 2 walks back in Game 1. Freshman out of California. Got 2 hits against Messiah. One sliced out of bounds for strike 2. That one is foul. Looked really good from our distance, but just couldn't get the launch angle, couldn't get the angle right. Infield pop-up, and the catch made by Milberg for out number 2. Abby Whitehead will step up to the plate. We were talking at the top of the broadcast the impressive game Abby Whitehead had. Officially 3 for 3, 2 RBIs and that home run. Junior out of Flower Mound, Texas. Sees that one go by for ball 2. Three-one count for Whitehead. With Mia Reinhardt on deck. That one into right field. Bit of a pop-up, and the catch is made for out number 3. As that was Brianna Melkor on the play. Blackburn retained their lead. They're up 2-0 headed into the top of the second. Addison Royal is currently at the plate for Blackburn. Swings and misses for strike 1. Rule drawing 2 walks against Haverford. Went 2 for 4 against Monmouth for a double and a homer. Did not play in game 1, did Rule. 0-2 count. That one's high. Two count. For Blackburn. First game played actually back in February against Monmouth, where they split the series, lost 14-9 game 1, and then took the second game 14-11. As Rule battling on a 2-2 count.
Yeah, Watson's definitely switching up speeds on Rule, trying to get her, I think, to chase on a off speed. So we'll see what she does here.
Swing and a miss. Gets the strikeout on Rule.
Came back with a fastball on that one. So the switching speeds did work.
Show now comes in for Blackburn. One for 4 in game 1 against Wheaton. Weak contact and fouls it off for bat. Only hit for shown came back in the top of the fourth with a single to left field. She's behind early, 0-2 the count. And caught looking for strike three is shown. Back-to-back strikeouts for Dylan Watson.
Batting for the Beavers, number 25, Taryn Milberg.
So now Milberg back on for Blackburn.
Watson right now is just throwing strike after strike, making Blackburn just look for something to hit.
Milberg 1 for 4, an RBI in game one. She would wind out to the infield back in the top of the second, but then reached on a fielder's choice in the top of the fourth. Was able to score off a Sierra Hazard double. It's right now a 1-2 count. Watson, and it's going to be back to the pitcher and to first base. They cannot make the play. As Watson and Abby Whitehead both not on the same page.
Yeah, Watson rushed that throw and just kind of threw that directly into the dirt, and Whitehead was unable to scoop that out.
So Milberg will advance over to first base. 1 on with 2 outs. Blackburn already up 2-0. As Brianna Melcor is currently at the plate for the Beavers. An infield pop-up that goes into the bullpen. Melcor did not play in game one. Hitting .333 this season. Last year played in 30 games, 10 hits on 47 at-bats. On base percentage of .260. Someone who also collected 4 RBIs last year. That one out and away for the first ball. Milberg able to reach first off the fielding error. It's a 1-2 count. And there's a strike 3. Caught looking is Melcor. So Wheaton able to get out of the second. It's still 2-0 Beavers lead.
Leading off for the Thunder, Mia Reinhardt.
Mia Reinhardt are the cleanup spot, up to bat. Three for 4, a home run and 2 RBIs, and looking to continue her momentum into left field. That's going to be a base hit. Reinhardt circling around first, she wants second, and it's a leadoff double for Mia Reinhardt.
She's just seeing this ball so well. I mean, went 3 for 4 last game and is already having.
Number 3, Bella Giles.
Sorry, excuse me. This is her first double of the game, and if she gets a triple, she could have. She could hit for the cycle between the 2 games.
That one splattered into right center field. Reinhardt circling around third. She wants to score. Bella Giles, it's going to be an RBI double, and Wheaton finally gets on the board. But if we can go back to Mia Reinhardt, currently entering this afternoon when she was on a 3-game hitting streak, I guess you can extend that to 5 consecutive games where she has a hit. As Kennedy Kemp enters for the Thunder, with Wheaton only trailing 2-1. Bella Giles got the RBI double. She's currently at second base. Here comes a bunt attempt as Kemp cannot make it to first base. But they will advance the bases. So now runner on third, 1 out. And in fact, the tying run is on third base. Madeline Hilliard looking to bring Giles home. With Michelle Holland still pitching for Blackburn. Playing in her 44th game as the senior, 10-12 overall. Hilliard in left field. That will bring the tying run home, and we are tied at 2-all. As Bella Giles crosses with ease. Now Tori Barber will come into the game for the Thunder, the designated player for Wheaton in game 2. Just got updated. It's Gracie Rockness who's now pinch running. She's over at first base. And it's Tori Barber who will be batting. 1 on with 1 out. Runner on first base.
Batting for the Thunder, number 25, Tori Barber.
Barber back to the pitcher. And the play is made over to first base. Nice catch by Zoe Mitchell. Now we'll record the second out. It'll be Soleil Weaver, the sophomore out of Michigan, to bat.
Number 2, Soleil Weaver.
Weaver up the gap. Here comes Rockness wanting to score, and she will score. And Weaver, they will say she is safe at second base. RBI double for the Thunder. They have taken the lead. They're up 3-2.
Was down, but now I'm up. Yeah. It's all God, this ain't no lie. Yeah. I used to
Now batting for Wheaton, number 5, Ava Barnett.
Yeah, Wheaton's doing a good job of just hitting the ball where they ain't, as Wee Willie Keeler would say, and just putting the bat to the ball and seeing what's happening.
Fourth hit of the day for Wheaton through nearly 2 innings. Cycling back to the top of the lineup, Ava Harnett is back in for the Thunder. Lines it over second base. Mitchell makes the catch, and that will end things, but the Thunder grab 3 runs in the second as we head into the top of the third. Thunder lead 3-2. Top of the third inning from Ruth Leedy Field.
Top of the third for Blackburn, number 10, Alexis Weber.
As Alexis Weber will start things off for the Beavers. Freshman out of Fosterville, Illinois. Entering today an on-base percentage of .469. In the last game, 1 for 3 and drew a walk. Blackburn trying to replace 3 players from a season ago: Juliana Tabian, Grace Mackey, and Mackenzie Smith. On a 1-1 count, that one right in the zone but out. It's going to be a 2-1. Good contact. That one into left center field. And trying to get the double is Weber, and she will get it. Leadoff double for Blackburn. Tying run at second base.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting by Weber. Remained patient, didn't chase outside of the zone, and when she saw a pitch she liked, she roped it into the gap.
Kaylin Krupp in for the Beavers. Swings and misses for strike 1. Krupp trying to bunt. That'll be fouled. Last time Krupp singled over to the shortstop and was eventually able to score. All the way back in the first inning. 0-2 count. Swing and a miss. Called strike 3, and the play is made over at first base. Meanwhile, Weber able to advance to third, so runner now on third base with 1 out.
Batting for Blackburn, number 21, Kennedy Fry.
Smart base running by Blackburn to get to third on that drop third.
And Kennedy Fry, is she safe? Not sure about that, but nonetheless, Alexis Weber able to score as Fry is indeed ruled out. But Blackburn has just retied the game at 3-all.
I mean, what an impressive play from Hartnett. I mean, from the knees, throwing pretty deep into the hole, over to first, and it looks like they're reversing the call or challenging it or something.
As Coach Jacoby is going to be talking to one of the umpires. Originally looked like Fry was out. She was going back to the dugout, but now she's back on.
Yeah. Sorry, it looks like the umpires are going to just take a quick chat about it.
And yeah, they're going to rule her out. That was the first call, and I was a little bit confused why she was just coming back on. Nonetheless, though, it's still an RBI as Weber able to get home from third base.
Batting for Blackburn, number 24, Zoe Mitchell.
So Zoe Mitchell walked her first time up. Caught looking, strike 1. Chop shallow center field, and it will be a base hit for Zoe Mitchell. The inning continues with 2 outs.
Yeah, hit just over the bag at second. Hartnett got there, but wise holster by her to not try and rush a throw that could potentially mean extra bases for Mitchell. And yeah, that's how Mitchell's on first.
Alexis Weber scored to get this game started. A Kennedy Fry single, and then Zoe Mitchell was caught out at second, but through that chaos, Krepp was able to score back and get a 2-0 lead. Still tied at 3. We're in the top of the third inning. Play made over the first, but looks like Mitchell's safe.
It's always fun as a catcher to throw back to first and see if you can catch a runner off guard.
Two-0 the count. That one lifted in the gap, and it's going to stay and land as a base hit. Back-to-back singles for Blackburn. As that time it was Caroline Gibson.
Batting for Blackburn, number 32, Addison Rule.
Here's Rule for the Beavers, 0 for 1 last time. On the season, hitting .318, 2 hits against Monmouth. Infield pop up, and that one will go into the bullpen. Left center field, and it will end as a base hit. Here come incoming runners. Zoe Mitchell will easily score. Caroline Gibson also looking to score. And it looks like Gibson's at least safe, and now we're caught in a pickoff. Addison Rule tagged out. Blackburn, though, bringing in 2 runs at a total of 3 in the inning, and they're up 5-3. Hilary Kong to bat up for Wheaton.
Leading off for the Thunder, number 17,
0 for
Noah
1.
Kang.
That one will be fouled. Last time popped out over to second base. Another infield pop-up near the Wheaton dugout, and the catch is going to be made by Zoe Mitchell.
For the Thunder, number 24, Abby Whitehead.
Whitehead, bit of a ground ball and a bit of miscommunication there as she will single. Now Mia Reinhardt on to bat for Wheaton. Whitehead recording her first hit of game 2. That one in the gap, and it's going to be fair. Whitehead able to get to third. Reinhardt able to get to second base. Back-to-back hits for Wheaton. Bella Giles to hit for Thunder.
For the Thunder, number 3, Bella Giles.
Last time a double to center field for Bella Giles on her last at-bat. Right now, a 1-2 count. Giles 1 for 4 in RBI in game 1. And that one is fair, and it's a base hit. Abby Whitehead will come home. Here comes another run, and she's out. As Mia Reinhardt also tried to score, but could not.
A bit of an interesting choice to send the runner, because that was a very, very, very shallow ball to left or right field, excuse me. But Wheaton does end up scoring with Whitehead getting home.
So it's an RBI double on the last play. Kennedy Kemp at the plate.
Thunder, Kennedy Kemp.
Bella Giles on second base. Kyle down low. Two balls and one strike. Once again down low for the third ball. 3-1 count. As Kemp draws another walk. She leads the team in walks, coming in with 6 in this game.
Get ready for the Thunder, number 8, Madeline Hilliard.
Madeline Hilliard to bat, 2 on, 2 out for Wheaton. As Kennedy Kemp on first, Bella Giles on second. Madeline Hilliard right up into center field. And here comes Bella Giles. She will score, and she'll tie the game at 5. An RBI single.
Yeah, that is Hilliard's second RBI single, so she's 2 for 2 in this game with 2 RBIs. And that's looking pretty good for your number 7 hitter.
I think we might have a pinch hitter situation for Wheaton. Should be Livy Figueroa who is coming up for Wheaton. It is. She started as catcher in game 1.
The fellas in the back, and they twisting up a belly. Get silly, 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 get silly. The ladies don't go, the fellas in the back, and they twisting up a belly. The dance goes silly, the ladies don't go.
Pinch hitting for the Thunder, number 13, Livy Figueroa.
Back in the bottom of the 5th in game 1, was able to reach to first off a throwing error. And then the bottom of the 6th, she was hit by a pitch. Former transfer from Puget Sound is Figueroa. Last year starting in all 40 games. And slugging .416. But in her career at Wheaton, playing in her 82nd game. Figueroa right into right field. Looks like it's out of play.
Yeah, Figueroa's had a bit of a slower start this season, considering she, I think was named to All-CCIW second team, or at least honorable mention for sure. So struggling a little bit to find her rhythm right now.
As we said in the last broadcast, Wheaton losing Olivia Nohorniak from a season ago. She was a first-team All-CCIW. She was recording 57 hits. Best batting average on the team, nearly hitting .450. Wheaton also lost Paige Andrews, who had 28 hits, Abby Brown, and Isabel Hilliard. Shaholan still pitching for Blackburn. Letting that one go by for a second ball. Off the 2-2 count, infield pop-up. Looks like Zoe Mitchell will end things with the third out. 2 runs scored by Wheaton in the bottom of the third, and we are knotted up at 5-all. Got a pitching change. Kennedy Kemp will be entering the game. Dylan Watson with 3 innings of work, 2 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, allowing 6 hits.
Kemp threw a third of an inning, gave up 2 hits, 2 runs. Both of them were earned. And
Schoen will get a single as that ball went soaring past Bella Giles.
yeah, good effort by Giles. And sorry, misspoke. Kemp gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, and 1 of them was earned last game. So hoping for a bit of a more of a cleaner inning this time.
Taryn Milberg crashing into the plate for Blackburn. Kemp with 17 pitching appearances a season ago. Went 5-5, a 4.07 ERA. About 65 innings of work. She mostly comes in to hit. One of those players who can both pitch and hit. And it looks like we have a pinch runner to replace Schoen. Kendall Maddox is back in. She also came in to pinch run in game 1.
Pinch running for Blackburn at first base, number 4, Kendall Maddox.
Nice block by Hilliard to keep the runner honest and make sure they didn't advance.
2-1 count for Milberg. Chance at a double play if they can get it in time to second, and she's out. So Milberg will get over to first base.
Now batting for Blackburn, number 12, Brianna Melchor.
Here's Melchor to hit for Blackburn. 1 on with 1 out. That one is in the gap and gets into left field. Milberg will stop over at second as Melchor gets a single. Now 2 on with 1 out. And Alexis Weber approaching the plate.
Now batting for the Beavers, number 10, Alexis Weber.
1 for 2 this afternoon. Gets in for the second ball. A Beavers team that so far this season is hitting .312 at the plate. Last year they hit .296, which was good enough to be 4th out of the SLIAC. Gonna get some runs. That one is gonna be popped out of play.
Yeah, as we saw in the first game, Blackburn can definitely put up a bunch of runs, and they've already put up 5 so far.
Called strike 2, and it's 2-2 count. Taryn Milberg in on at second. Brianna Melchor in at first. Weber slices it foul.
Yeah, Weber's just a tad bit late. The ball is flying over the first base foul line, and she's a right-handed batter.
Is that going to stay fair or foul? It's going to be foul.
Yeah, Kemp changed speeds on her, and Weber was a little ahead now, which is why she swung it toward the third base line. So I'm really curious to see what Kemp does now.
And now the count is all even with a 3-2 and 1 out. Good contact in the right gap between right and center. It's going to fall. Taryn Milberg, she will come and score. It's an RBI double as Blackburn back on top 6-5. Official mound visit. And Stephanie, you pretty much predicted it, just like in game 1. This second game, another high-scoring affair.
Yeah, no, I mean, that was just really nice hitting by Weber. She was a little bit late for the fastball, and then when Kemp changed speeds with a changeup, she was early, and then Kemp went back to her fastball, threw one in the dirt, and then the second one, Weber hit in the gap between right and center. So yeah, as you've mentioned before, they are a very, very strong offensive team, and I think the biggest thing that happened last game that was the difference for Wheaton was Wheaton had those 2 home runs.
Caitlin Krupp, the third-team All-SLIAC selection back in 2024, will be batting. Reminder, there's only 1 out, so trying to go for some sort of bunt attempt was Krupp. That one down the dirt, easily a ball.
Yeah, Kemp's got to dig deep here to try and get those 2 outs with runners both in scoring position from most likely both of those outs.
Krupp into left field, back at the wall, and the catch cannot be made, and that one is gone. A 3-run home run by Caitlin Krupp, her second of the season.
Yeah, it looked like that ball just disappeared over that wall. I thought our Wheaton's left fielder had a chance to play it, but unfortunately, just maybe didn't quite time the jump right. But yeah, 9-5 to Blackburn.
Yeah, I would like to see a replay of that if we had the opportunity, because
Yes, for sure.
it looked like Mia Reinhardt had an opportunity to make the play.
It did, yes. Because it looked like it had just gone, I mean, it's definitely gone over the wall. I saw someone go grab the ball, but it wasn't quite a towering home run. It looked like it had kind of just like an inch or two above the wall, and Reinhardt did stick up her glove, and I actually thought she caught it for like 2 seconds before the Blackburn dugout erupted and came out to cheer on Krupp.
So Krupp had a home run against Monmouth. In her career, 4 home runs.
We're at 15%, so it's looking good.
For the junior at Scandival, Illinois, to Mater Catholic High School. As Wheaton will go with a pitching change, Shyla Dozeman, who got the start in game 1, will come in for relief. She went 2 innings, gave up 3 hits and 3 earned runs, while striking out 2 in the start. Again, Wheaton still got the win. They credited Dylan Watson, who was the final pitcher. The 4th pitcher came in for the Thunder. Watson went 3 innings, only gave up 2 runs and struck out 3.
Nice grab. Aiden grabbed my notes that came flying out of it. It is a little bit windy, as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast. There was about 12 degree, 12 mile per hour winds, and it's gone up to, well, it's about the same.
Well, the gusts are about 23.
Oh, just kidding. I can't read. Gusts are about 23 miles per hour, headed toward that. Now it's looking a little bit more towards center field versus left center. So that ball should carry if you can get a hold of one.
Yeah, it's blowing towards the northeast. It's been kind of consistent. That one in the infield, and the catch is going to be made for only the 2nd out. That was Ava Harnett diving to make that catch. Mitchell to bat for the Beavers.
Yeah, that was a really, really nice read. That ball was dropping really fast, and Harnett, yeah, just read that beautifully to find the ball in her glove.
Mitchell already has a single, going all the way back to the 3rd inning. And then her first plate appearance drew a walk. On a 1-2 count, Mitchell sprays it out into right field, and the catch is going to be made, though, by Soleil Weaver to end things. Blackburn, though, a much-needed home run. They're up by 4. It's 9-5. So Soleil Weaver will lead things off for Wheaton after just making the catch to record the third out. Shalholen stays in the game for Blackburn. So far her pitch count approaching 45. Weaver last year, 35 games she started, 18 of 82, slugged .280.
Weaver had a double in her first at-bat today.
On a 2-1 count. That one blasted high into right field, and the catch is made for the first out. That was Brianna Melichor who made the play. Ava Hardnett, the top of the lineup.
She's has an 8-game hitting streak, which means she has gotten a hit in every single game that she's played in, except for the very first game that she played in. And is looking to continue that right now.
That one in the gap between right and center, and it is caught.
What a catch.
That was Caitlin Krupp who makes the play for Blackburn. There's Nori Kong back in.
Number 17, Nori Kang.
Abby Whitehead on deck, but nobody on with 2 outs. Hong, and that one will stay fair. Trying to advance over to second base, and she's out. Perhaps a little bit too greedy. Beavers get the third out and retain their 9-5 lead.
Blackburn number 2, Caroline Gibson.
Here's Gibson up to bat for the Beavers in the top of the 5th inning. Blackburn's up by 4.
Strike at the knees.
Gibson already has a single in this game. Back in the 3rd inning.
Try to change up. That was just a little bit outside.
Dozman, the 3rd pitcher on for the Thunder on a 2-1 count. Gets away from her. It's 3-1.
I feel like Wheaton pitching right now is digging really deep because they just played a doubleheader yesterday. Dozeman and Watson both pitched full, complete games, so 7 innings. Ball's lifted above our heads toward the football field. I just lost my train of thought. They're doing great.
But not only that, but Wheaton has a doubleheader on Monday when they take on Maranatha Baptist, and then they'll have another doubleheader on Wednesday as they'll take on Wisconsin Lutheran. Caught looking for strike 3 is Caroline Gibson.
Yes, so Wheaton's pitching staff definitely has a lot of workload to shoulder coming up in this upcoming week, as you mentioned.
In fact, Blackburn has a doubleheader tomorrow against Wheaton's opponent on Monday, Maranatha Baptist. They'll be playing on Sunday, and then they'll be coming here on Monday to take on Wheaton. As Addison Rule fouls it off for bat. A 1-1 count, that one low and away, 2-1. Rule so far has started in all of her games, hitting 318, and then an on-base percentage of 483. Now it's a 2-2 count with 1 out. Rule swings and misses for strike 3.
Yeah, I was just about to say the last time Rule had a 2-2 count, she also struck out swinging. So Watson struck her out, and now Dozeman struck her out. And Dozeman has 2 strikeouts to this inning, and let's see if she can complete the trifecta and see if she can get shown out with a strikeout.
Shown 1 for 2. Sophomore out of Auburn, Illinois. 3 hits against Regis, then a hit against Haverford. Last year played in 36 games, got 24 hits, slugged .440 and 4 home runs a season ago. Dozeman goes down low, still touches the strike corner. Off the 1-2 count, Dozeman caught looking for strike 3 is shown.
Strikes out the side.
9-5 though, Beavers, they're up by 4.
Leading off for Wheaton, number 24, Abby Whitehead.
Yeah, that's
White takes ball on the outside, or excuse me, White takes the ball because it was outside.
Whitehead down in the low. On a 2-0 count. Sorry, ball 3. Shown so far nearly 50 pitches. Still technically looking for her first strikeout. She's allowed 5 earned runs, but Blackburn's offense has just been that much better. Through nearly 5 innings of work if she can get through this inning. It's a 3-0 count. As Whitehead will be walked. Sets up Mia Reinhardt, who comes into the plate.
Step back to Wheaton, number 18, Mia Reinhardt.
In Reinhardt's last 4 at-bats, she has had a hit.
In fact, as we said, 5 consecutive games now with the hits. That one into left field, and it's going to be a base hit and still going. Whitehead circling around third. Reinhardt, it's going to be a double, and the run will score. An RBI double for Mia Reinhardt as Abby Whitehead crosses home safely.
Reinhardt has 3 triples in this, or excuse me, 3 doubles in this game, and is now 6. Okay, I'm gonna get heat for this one. She is 6 for 7 in her last at bats.
So pitching change for Blackburn. Taylor Weber, the freshman out of Fosterville, Illinois, will be pitching.
Now pitching for Blackburn, number 23, Taylor Weber.
So Weber getting her first action. She got the win against Regis as well as Dean. That one to the third baseman, and the play cannot be made. Giles is safe, and now we're in another pickle. Tag is made, so able to record the first out is Blackburn. So Mia Reinhardt is out. Giles on at first base. Kennedy Kemp at the plate.
Yeah, a bit tough for Reinhardt there. I thought she decided to go towards third a little too late. And props to Blackburn's defense for being really alert right there.
Throw to first base as Giles is safe. Gonna check her out. That one in the zone for strike 1. Kept down low. Good 3-1 count for her. The count is full, 3-2.
Yeah, both pitchers finding some really good success looking on that inside corner for right-handed hitters or outside corner for lefties.
Payoff pitch for Weber. And they'll draw the walk. So Kennedy Kemp will move to first base. Giles over to second. The tying run is at the plate. Hillier will bat.
Stepping for the Thunder number 8, Madeline Hilliard.
Madeline Hillier 2 for 2 and 2 RBIs for her in game 2 of our doubleheader. Make contact and a foul ball. It's a 2-1 count. Hillier the play over to third, and the play is made. So Giles is out, runners on first and second with 2 outs. We'll bring on Livy Figueroa.
Stepping for Wheaton number 13, Livy Figueroa.
Sure, technical difference.
Figueroa lets both go through, and she falls behind early in 0-2.
Yeah, she's got to protect now.
Clearly outside for ball 1. Kemp currently at second base, Hilliard at first. Tying run on the plate in the form of Livy Figueroa. One also outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two-two pitch. It actually goes into the Blackburn dugout. Luckily, Coach Jacoby looks like she's okay.
She got good reflexes over there because that ball was shot into there.
Two-two count now. We're all even up at 3-2.
It's been a good at bat by Figueroa. Took those 2 strikes early, but has battled back to make it a full count. She's choking up pretty high.
That one into left field. Base hit. Here comes Kemp to get to home. As Wheaton makes it a 2-run game. They're only down 9-7. So Soleil Weaver will be drawn in for the Thunder.
Yeah, this will be a really key at bat for Wheaton, as they will only have 2 more innings after this to try and get those last 2 runs across to tie the game.
At bat for the Thunder, number 2, Soleil Weaver.
1 for 2 and an RBI for Weaver. That one low and away. Ball 2.
Wheaton looking for a little 2-out rally here.
Low and away again for ball 3.
I'd have to think that Weaver gets a green light if the ball's in her wheelhouse. She's swinging on this 3-0.
Chooses not to swing. Instead, she'll settle for a strike. 3-1 to count.
Okay, maybe this is why I'm not a coach. She still has the hitter's count, though.
Hilliard on second, Figueroa on first. And thought it was a walk, but instead another strike. We're all full with a 3-2 count. Three balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. That one is outside for ball 3. And so the bases are loaded with 2 outs. As Wheaton will usher Ava Harnett to the top of the lineup. Still looking for her first hit of the game.
Coming for number 5, Ava Hartman.
Yeah, I was down, but now I'm I was down, but now I'm
Hartnett grounded out in the first inning. So grounded out in the second. And an 0-2 count. That one in the gap. Here comes a run in the form of Madeline Hilliard. An RBI single for Harnett will bring on Nori Kong. The bases are still loaded.
Yeah, that was just perfectly placed. Hartnett has
Number 17.
now a 9-game hitting streak.
Taylor Weber remains the pitcher for Blackburn. Coming in relief of Michelle Holland, trying to get out of this inning. Wild pitch. Figueroa is safe, and we're tied at 9. Runners on second and third, 2 outs, and a 2-0 count for Kong.
Yeah, nice base running by Figueroa. I think she actually tripped kind of going towards third in the play before and might have had a chance to round third and come home, but it did not matter. She ended up making it home on that wild pitch just a second ago. And as you mentioned, Aiden, we are tied up at 9.
Last pitch was outside for ball 3 as Kong will officially walk. Bases are loaded for Abby Whitehead, the 3 spot.
Yeah, and Whitehead started off the inning with a walk, so Wheaton has batted around, and that is always a good sign. Yes, especially since they were down by 4 runs, and they have made them all back up in this bottom of the 5th inning.
Number 24, Abby Whitehead.
Whitehead homered up in game 1. Crucial runs to take the win. Now with the bases loaded, a chance for the Thunder to take the lead. Wheaton also looking to sweep Blackburn as they did against Eureka before their matchup against Maranatha Baptist. Well, Blackburn looking to avoid 3 consecutive losses as they lost to Haverford back on March 13th, and then they lost to Wheaton in game 1. Swing there by Whitehead, the play to first base, and she's out. So it still remains deadlock at 9-9, but the Thunder bring in 4 runs to tie the ball game. So Taryn Milberg to begin things in the top of the 6th inning. 1 point Blackburn had a 4-run lead, but that has evaporated. The great effort by the Thunder in the bottom of the 5th inning. Off a Mia Reinhardt double, which allowed Abby Whitehead to score. Libby Figueroa had an RBI, which allowed Hillier to score. That one is going to be a blooper in the center field, so a leadoff single for Taryn Milberg. But then other than that, Ava Harnett got a single.
Now batting for the Beavers, number 12, Brianna Melchor.
Which allowed Madeline Hillier to score. Showing bunt, and that one's fouled. Brianna Melchor at bat. That one will be fair, and Melchor out at first, while Milberg, advances over to second base.
Nice throw by Giles to get Melchor at first.
Now batting for Blackburn, number 10, Alexis Weber.
Dozeman trying to keep Blackburn at bay here to keep this game tied going into this bottom of the 6th.
Weber 2 for 3 and an RBI in game 2 of our doubleheader. Caught looking for strike 1. That one fouled off for bat. That one sliced, but it is caught for the second out by Kong. Kaylin Krupp to bat for Blackburn.
Now batting for Blackburn, number 22, Kaylin Krupp.
Who's had a homer in this game. And that's going to be a base hit.
That was a really nice play, though, by Harnett, because she grabbed that ball off the bounce barehanded and zipped it over to first. Fortunately, Krupp just had a step on her.
Now batting for Blackburn, number 21, Kennedy Fry.
Fry 1 for 3 and an RBI.
A bit of danger. Dozeman is trying to work through right now with runners at the corners and 2 outs, trying to preserve this game at a 9-9 tie.
Some weak contact. It's in the field of play, and that's going to be an easy third out. Still 9-9, headed in the bottom of the sixth.
Right where the horns are like, I gotta testify. Come up in the spot looking extra fly. For the day you die, you gon' touch the sky. You gon' touch the sky, baby.
Looking out for Wheaton, number 18, Mia Reinhardt.
So Weber remains the pitcher for Blackburn. Mia Reinhardt, the 4-hole, will be hitting in the bottom of the sixth, 9-9. Wheaton able to get 4 runs the bottom of the fifth to level things up. Swing and miss right there, and an 0-2 count.
Nice pitch by Weber. Definitely had Reinhardt fooled right there. She's got to dig herself out of a hole.
Well outside for the first ball. Contact back to the pitcher. And a nice catch made at first base by Mitchell for the first out.
I'm a fireball.
There's Bella Giles for the Thunder.
Bella Giles.
That one over to the shortstop, fires to first base, and able to be thrown out. Kennedy Kemp to hit for Wheaton.
Stepping up to the plate for the Thunder, number 11, Kennedy Kemp.
She has drawn 2 walks in game 2. Weber gets strike 2. High and outside, 2-2 count.
Both teams being very vocal right now, trying to urge their respective teammates on.
It's a 3-2 count for Kennedy Kemp. Kemp to the shortstop as Fry could not make the play to first base. And so Kemp is on base. The go-ahead run is on with 2 outs. As Madeline Hilliard to bat.
For Wheaton, number 8, Madeline Hilliard.
2 for 3 and 2 RBIs for Madeline Hilliard.
Playing the cards I'm dealt.
That one stays in the infield, juggling around with it, and a base hit. Probably going to be charged in error is Jesse Wright.
ladies gon' feel me. The fellas in the back, and they twisting up a belly. Get silly, get silly.
Yeah, that's why I always run through, even if you hit the ball that you think is going to be grounded or scooped up easily. You just never know. The dirt is weird, and the ball can be squirrely at times, and this time it just went Wheaton's way.
Both teams have now made 5 errors combined. 3 errors by Wheaton, 2 by Blackburn. That one lifted into center field, and it is caught to end the inning, as that was Kaylin Krupp. Top of the 7th we go, 9-all from Ruth Lee Field. Shyla Dozeman stays in the game in the top of the 7th. 9-all
Leading off for Blackburn, Zoe Mitchell.
with Zoe Mitchell. Mitchell 1 for 2 with a walk here in game 2. And she is currently playing in her 108th game. Career batting average of .319 as that one's lifted into center field, and the catch is going to be made for out number 1. Was Kennedy Kemp. Versatile player she is, according to the first out.
Now batting for Blackburn, number 2, Caroline Gibson.
Yeah, and that I think is 11 batters retired by Dozeman, as Wheaton is hoping that she can continue to mow down batters.
That one will stay in the field of play as Caroline Gibson records the single.
Dozeman's pitched 3 scoreless innings so far.
Now batting for the Beavers, number 32, Edison Rule.
And Wheaton is hoping that she can continue to do so that they can walk it off tonight in the bottom of the 7th inning coming up.
Addison ruled a bat for Blackburn. Runner on first base with 1 out. Check swing, and it's going to be called strike. The only home run in the game came from Caitlin Krupp. Even at 1-1 count, it looks like Coach Jacoby wants to talk to the umpire.
Getting a pinch runner, perhaps.
It looks like that is the case. Carmilla Giles will come in. She started in the first game. Something cool about Coach Jacoby is the fact that she actually spent a lot of time working at a sheriff's county office here in Illinois, along with being a coach.
Oh, wow.
So she has experience in both politics as well as being athletics.
And is that your background a little bit, Aiden, right?
Yeah, I was a political science major in my undergraduate. Now I'm still back here at Wheaton getting my master's. Still don't know what I want to do, I'll be honest. Yeah, but for Coach Jacoby, spent some time in the Sheriff's County office doing multiple things. And then at some point made the change to go become a softball head coach. She was also an assistant at Lakeland from 2009 to 2011, and then served as an assistant at Blackburn from 2017 to 2019 before getting the head coaching gig a couple of years later. She's only in her third year. 41-48 overall is Coach Jacoby here at Blackburn. And the Beavers coming off their best season since 2012, the most wins in a SLIAC semifinal appearance a season ago. That one outside the zone, 2-2 count. Into left field. It's a good hit, and it will stay there. Here comes Blackburn, and the throw is not in time. Carmela Giles scores and breaks the iceberg. 10-9. Blackburn leads.
I mean, that was a solid hit, and unfortunately, Reinhardt had to chase that all the way down to the wall. It was a strong throw from Harnett, but just unfortunately a second behind.
Haley Sean now with the runner on second base and only one out.
So Wheaton now are going to have to come from behind if they are to win this game. But we saw that after going down by 4 runs in the 4th inning, they came back to tie the game in the 5th before both teams put up zeros in the 6th. And now Blackburn has scored a run in the top of the 7th.
That was the first earned run given up by Shyla Dozeman. Basically the reverse of what happened in game 1 in the sense that Shyla Dozeman started and Watson ended the game. Game 2, Watson is starting. Dozeman looks to end it. As shown, swings and misses for strike 2.
Yeah, Dozeman, I think, trying really hard right now to show why that she is Wheaton's most effective pitcher so far this season. Has an ERA right now less than 2. But obviously her team is down right now, so she's trying to keep that deficit at 1.
Dozeman 2-2. That one's out for ball 2. Nearly shown 2-2 count, swing and a miss. Strike 3 as Dozeman records the second out of the top of the 9th inning.
The back for Blackburn, number 25, Taryn Milberg.
Yeah, Dozeman's having some really good success mixing her pitches. Has had some really nice swings and misses on that changeup. So I'd expect her to keep trying to slice and dice her way to the end of the inning.
4 strikeouts now for Dozeman in nearly 3 innings of work. Slightly over 3 innings of work for Dozeman. Again, Dylan Watson got the start, pitched 66, and 3 innings worth of softball. Gave up 2 earned runs, chopped in a foul, 1-1 count. Taryn Milberg to the plate, 1 of 3 this afternoon here in game 2. That one lined into center field, and the catch is made for the 3rd out. Give credit to Kennedy Kemp, and it remains a 1-run game. Bottom of the 7th inning, do or die for Wheaton, looking to sweep Blackburn and pick up their 4th consecutive win after sweeping Eureka before they play Maranatha Baptist on Monday.
Now batting for Wheaton, number 2, Soleil Weaver.
It'll be Soleil Weaver first up for Wheaton as Taylor Weber remains in the game. 2 innings of work, nearly pitching 50. And so far, no earned runs allowed for Weber. That one's fouled off for bat. As we said before, Blackburn, their next game will be tomorrow. They'll take on Maranatha Baptist in a doubleheader, and then Wheaton will take on Maranatha Baptist in their doubleheader Monday. Swing and a miss, strike 2 for Soleil Weaver.
Pulled the string on her. It's a really nice pitch.
One-two pitch, outside. 2-2 count. Contacted and foul. Two count, and it'll go right to the third base person, and the play to first is made. So Blackburn 2 outs from getting the split against Wheaton. As Ava Harnett, the top of the lineup.
Now batting for Wheaton, number 5, Ava Hartnett.
Yeah, and Wheaton today has had especially really good success with their, I'd say probably like the top 5 hitters, and they're at the top of their lineup right now. So they're hoping that Harnett can start the table for Wheaton and hopefully get some runs going.
Harnett, 1 of 4 and an RBI. Norikong due up. That one scratches the corner. It's a 2-1 count though. Fastball down the knees. And the count's 3-1. Got a full count, 3-2. Blackburn got the lead. The RBI double. That one in the gap between right and center. Ava Harnett looking to get that double, and she will get it. The tying run is at second base. The go-ahead run at the plate.
Yeah, excellent wheels, a nice turn at first from Harnett to put herself in scoring position.
Number 17, Nori Kang.
1 for 3 is Kong. She's walked once. Three RBIs entering this afternoon before playing game 1 for Kong. Whistles by, first strike, 1-1 count. Comes a bunt intent, strike 2.
Yeah, that was a bit low. I'm surprised that she still tried to bunt it, but nonetheless, 1-2.
Abby Whitehead is due for Wheaton. There's some chance to stay alive. Here comes Ava Harnett, and she will tie the ball game. Kong gets back to first base.
Smart base running by Kong there. I think going for 2 might have been a tiny bit greedy, and we do not want to be running in 2 outs when you only have 2 left and you're trying to win the game.
10-all here in the bottom of the 7th. 1 run for Wheaton will do it, and they'll walk it off as there's a mound visit for Taylor Weber. Probably the most dangerous hitter for Wheaton is at the plate, and Abby Whitehead, who had that home run in the last game. As I think there is a pitching change for Blackburn.
Number 19, Jocelyn Hustler.
Jocelyn Hostler is in the game.
We saw her warming up last time when we thought that the Blackburn pitcher was going to go out, but Koenig did not end up going out. So we are now seeing Hostler right now.
Well, it'll be her 7th game that she's appeared in. She's done about 18 innings of work, 2-1. 11 strikeouts and ERA below 2. Coming in a very dire situation. Runner on first base with Abby Whitehead to the plate, and only 1 out. For Wheaton, we kind of mentioned this before, the fact that they had that spring break trip. They also had the opportunity all the way back in January to go to Costa Rica for a winter break trip. And they talked about how that also gave them opportunities to bond. They also had some pretty fun things, such as whitewater rafting. Never heard of that before.
That would definitely bond people when you're kind of stuck in a raft for several hours and trying not to fall out.
They did that on the 6th and 7th day. That one into center field, back at the wall, and it's gone! The Thunder walk it off. Abby Whitehead does it again. A home run in game 1 and a walk-off in game 2.
That one was a no-doubter off the bat. Everyone here at the park could just tell that that ball was gone, almost dead center field, which is almost 220 feet.
The Thunder come away with the sweep over Blackburn, 12-10 here in game 2. They'll have Maranatha Baptist on Monday. Blackburn, their next game is ironically against Maranatha Baptist tomorrow. And Stephanie, your final thoughts on this series?
It was excellent. I mean, obviously high scoring. 10-8, the first game went to Wheaton, and Wheaton just walked off 12-10. Both teams just really showing really, really high-powered offenses. I think both teams' pitching just really had to dig deep. And if there was just one small thing that I would say, I think Wheaton's defense could be a little short up, a couple of errors leading to some unearned runs, which is never good. But, hey, you get a sweep. You actually get 2 sweeps because they won yesterday against Eureka. So you have 4-game winning streak coming into Monday. That's got to feel like a great feeling.
First time these 2 teams have ever squared off, and it will be in favor of Wheaton for now.